those who view art, the finished work is the only real measure of creative success. But for those who create, the technique is what fills days with struggle, frustration, and satisfaction. The landscape prints of Gordon Mortensen begin as a solid block of basswood. With a sharp knife and patience, grass and trees and hills emerge. Basically what you're doing now, you have to put in the sparkle before you put in the blade of grass. You have to start with the tiniest details.
Right. It's kind of the opposite of what you would do with a painting. In painting, you lay in large, broad areas and you work to the amount of detail that you feel you want in those areas. With this, you build up small details to a point where you feel the area is finished, and then you use a gouge and remove it from the block.
As a printmaker, Mortensen uses one of the oldest printing methods, images carved on a block of wood. But as his technique, Mortensen has adopted a little-used printing method that requires him to destroy as he creates.
I kind of like working with the wood. I like slashing it up.
To print, Mortensen uses only one block of wood. Each time he prints a color, he must cut more of that block away. Mortensen makes 130 copies of each print, building them together one color at a time. He cannot go back. With each color, his wood block is changed forever.
I usually print from light to dark. That gives me a range of light lines as you go to dark. And then I print from dark back to light, which allows me to cut dark lines into the block.
The more common printmaking technique uses a different wood block for each color. But for Mortensen, each individual copy of a print is a work in progress.
These areas in here, I think, are popping out too much, and so I'll probably remove at least the areas that are right next to this orangish clump of grass.
The inspiration for much of Mortensen's work is found close to his home on California's Monterey Peninsula and nearby Big Sur, a landscape reproduced by countless artists. Mortensen moved here 11 years ago from Minneapolis.
It took me a while after I moved out here to get accustomed to the landscape here. And a quick tour through the tourist industry galleries in Carmel made me not like crashing waves too much. So it took me a long time before I could develop a way of handling the ocean that I was at ease with.
Mortensen's woodcuts begin as photographs. He searches for contrasts in tone and color. You trying to recreate exactly what you see in nature, or what is it?
No, I'm trying to combine colors so that they react against one another. The landscape is more or less an excuse for doing composition. I'm more interested in the abstract forms of the landscape as opposed to whether it looked like this landscape that was out there in nature.
In the galleries, it is the finished work which testifies to an artist's talent. In the studio, however, it is the hours of work which testify to an artist's dedication to technique. An artist's desire to capture an image of nature, perhaps as it has never been captured before.